On this episode, we talk all about traveling with pets. Dogs, cats,
Chameleon.
ferrets,
So we had a ferret.
horses. We've had it all.
Yep.
Atlas All Access starts now.
Kirkham at 0450.
All right. Episode 21.
21.
Welcome, Corey Anderson.
Thank you.
Corey Anderson is the, I like to refer to him as the very first traveling nurse dog recruiter.
Welcome,
Fair.
Corey.
That's fair. Thanks,
Is that
fellas.
fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome to the
So-
War Room.
Yeah, welcome to the War Room.
Good to be here.
So you have your own Facebook page
True.
just about nurses traveling with pets.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit.
We call it Four-Legged Friends of Traveling RNs, the number 4. Probably started that, a year and a half ago, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Somewhere in there?
Yeah.
So many nurses travel with pets. Wanted to create a page where folks could connect and come up with topics as far as housing, veterinary clinics, dog sitting, cat sitting, dog walkers, dog parks, whatever it might be. It's mostly a place to post pictures of your pets. Let's be
pictures of
honest.
your
It's
dogs,
pretty
sure.
awesome. But
Right.
if we could make it grow it a little bit more and make it a little bit more of a resource, that's the ultimate goal. But it's been pretty cool.
Do you think that most of the people on there have been your travelers or friends of your travelers, or do you get some randoms in there as
A
well?
lot of randoms. I think we're up to over 300
Wow.
members right now.
That's
So
great.
It's growing quick.
That's great.
Well, it's such an integral part of our travel nurses' lives, right? I mean, is traveling with, especially dogs. I know we found out through Cats of Atlas that there are a number of nurses that travel with cats,
Sure.
but dogs seem to be the predominant pet of choice, right?
And I would
Right.
say it's the most common question
Yep.
about pets on
Correct.
most of the forums
Right.
out there is I have a dog so and so breed. How much trouble am I going to have traveling?
Right.
Or so and so.
Let's talk about that then. So, what are the pros of traveling with a dog, and then we'll get to the cons later of size and breed and stuff like that. But
Sure.
the pros of traveling with a dog, I would think number one, just for companionship, right? You're on your own out there.
Yep.
I think also just having that, coming home to that constant when you don't necessarily have a constant because you're not, you're only in one place for 3-6 months at a time,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, I think, that's obviously the number one on there. What do you think, Corey?
And nursing's stressful. You come home from a tough shift. Who better to unwind with than your dog?
Yep.
Your cat or whatever.
Unconditional love.
Exactly.
Yep. They don't know how bad your day was. They don't
Right.
care.
They don't care.
They don't have any emotional attachment to anything like that. So,
Right.
I don't think that any other way you're going to come up with a better answer than that.
Right.
True. So and plus it gets you out meeting people, right? I mean,
Sure.
you mentioned dog parks.
Yep.
Like would be a huge thing.
Yep.
Is when you're in a different city, getting out with your dog, meeting other dog owners
Yep.
in the dog parks, right?
Yep.
Being active. We always
Yep.
talk about being active. Taking them for walks, going to the dog park. Just doing some of those fun things
See
that are out
some
there.
great pictures of Grand Canyon and these beautiful places people take these take their pets. So it's cool.
Yep.
It is amazing how some of these dogs, especially, have really just become part of their lives in such an awesome way. That there's awesome again, by the way. We figured out last week. I say awesome a lot. But
Good word.
Exactly. But seeing some of the pictures, you've had some travelers that take their dogs paddleboarding,
Yep.
that go hiking with their dogs, and we've seen some fantastic photos on top of mountains where it's snowing and it's the mountain and then the dog and then there's taking a picture,
Yep.
right? And it's
That's 10,000 feet or whatever they've climbed that day.
yes,
Yeah.
That's very
absolutely
cool.
absolutely amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
So some negatives of obviously taking your dog with you. I think the biggest first one would be housing.
Yep.
And we could talk about that a little bit. I think a lot of people talk about, what do we do with our pet for 12? 12-hour shift is a long time. Do you crate them? Do you find a dog sitter or a dog walker to come in. And I've seen that. I've been actually interested in that one of how that works, what that kind of costs. Maybe you can shed some light on there of that. And then obviously, it's stressful enough taking a pet to a new place and being out there, the worries of losing a deposit because the dog chews something up or something like that. I think those are probably the biggest risks with, housing, either taking company housing or finding your own housing is you throw the mix of having a dog in there and, I think all people are concerned with that. Dog lover, non-dog lover, they're always going to be concerned.
You're talking about what? Probably a 13-hour span at the end of the day for a normal shift. Correct. By the time you drive in and drive home. And drive back. So it's going to depend a lot on the breed of dog too. Is it a 100-pound dog that can not have to go outside all day?
Yep, sure.
There's a little dog that's going to need to go out 3 or 4 times a day or whatever it might be. So.
And let's be honest, this isn't something that's random for just travel nurses. Nope. I mean, people leave their houses at 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning.
Yep.
And come home, and they're bankers and they're accountants and they're factory workers and stuff. So this isn't something that just travel nurses have to deal with. Yep. So it's not unique to our industry, but it is a big challenge for our nurses. What do you do in those situations?
I think you're right, though. There are a number, especially in larger cities, there's a number of services out there that will come and let your dog out, or just come and walk your dog, or or whatever, once a day or whatever, for a very small fee. Because it takes a very short amount of time.
Do you have anybody that does that? Do you know?
I think there's a site called rover.com, I think is one of them. There's a few out there. It's an pretty easy search. So
is it $5 a time they come over? Honestly, is it $10? Maybe we'll have
it's going to vary. It varies on the person too. I think they can set their own. They're kind of like a contractor, basically, from what I understand. So.
If any of our nurses have found a service that they've used, put it in the comments here. I think that would, and then we could share it in the in your Facebook group as well. That would help a lot of nurses out, I think. Because you're right. I mean, this is a question that comes up a lot.
Yep. And to me, obviously that's where I would be curious about the cost, because if it's $5-10 a day, that's nothing, and gets them out and everything as well.
I think it stops nurses sometimes from traveling. I've seen a lot. I want to travel, but I've got a dog that I'm not leaving behind. So.
Sure. I think
I don't blame them at all for that. No,
I get it
one bit.
I think it totally makes sense. And really you go back to the beginning, is the companionship is why they do it. It's hard enough being away from home, but walking in and have something familiar and somebody that's going to love you unconditionally. When you come home, priceless. And that's why they're there.
Cats, on the other hand, are fairly independent.
Yes.
Very independent, I guess. So, if you're traveling with a cat, it's just a litter box and food, right? And that's and that tends. But there's a whole different set of rules, I believe, that go along with traveling with a cat, especially with like extended stays or apartments or whatever. Some will take dogs but not cats, or cats but not dogs, or whatever.
I think more people are allergic to the cat side of things.
Sure.
I think in my opinion, it's probably why it makes it harder, and people think it's harder to clean a place or whatever when you leave that premises. So, it's one of those things that it doesn't mean you can't travel with pets. Nope. It just, as a recruiter finding housing, you're going to eliminate some options right off the top. But is it doable? 100%.
Absolutely.
There's pet lovers out there that rent places.
Absolutely.
It's going to eliminate some stuff off the top.
Yep.
And you're going to have to do a little harder research on it. But I would never not encourage somebody to travel just because they have pets.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that goes to my third question is both on the cat and the dog side, there's going to be some struggles. Yep. There's always, you're going to face, I don't want cats because they pee all over and it smells or whatever, even though your cat would probably never do that, right? Yep. I don't want dogs over 100 pounds. I don't want pit bull mixes. Whatever that, there are unfair stuff out there, right? Yep. That for each, not only for cats, but for dogs and I don't know, maybe for horses and ferrets too, I guess. I don't know. But
yep. I don't know what your take on this is, but I think a big thing with that, let's say somebody you are renting from charges a $200 pet deposit, but they won't let certain breeds, or they won't let cats or whatever. Try to negotiate with that person. Say, okay, I understand your deposit's $200. Why don't we do $500? My pet is a good pet, and I've never had problems with them before, but I understand your concerns.
Yep.
Let's put in writing, instead of the $200, let's do $500, or let's do $1,000. And at the end of it, we walk through the place together, And if there's any issues, you and I will get them fixed before I leave.
You can even get like a behavioral specialist even sometimes to put a statement out or whatever.
Well, I just wrote this down actually. If you go back to, I think it was episode 4 when we talked to Joe Getty. When Joe was here, who travels with a dog, he gets the places where he stays, and Joe's a traveling RN. The places he stays, he gets references for his dog. He gets written dog references, so then when he goes someplace,
that's a great idea.
He can say, "Look, this is the place I stayed last time. Here's a reference from the owner on my dog."
That's a great idea.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't remember him saying that, but
Yeah.
off the top of my head, but that's definitely a great thing to do.
We should come up with a dog reference form. We have references for our nurses in hospitals, right? We
No
could
doubt.
do a dog reference form.
No doubt. I think it's a great idea.
Oh,
Great idea.
interesting.
But no, I mean, there's ways to work around you're going to get a ton of no's. And it's we all know as recruiters, part of our job is solving problems.
Absolutely.
And it's having a backup of when you get that no of, hey, is there another option? Can I pay an extra deposit? Can I get an extra reference about my animal?
Right.
All great ideas to overcome those objections of, no, I won't let your pet, no, I won't let your pet here.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, it's really those people's decision. If it's a no, it's a no, and you move on to the next place and you keep searching. But there's enough animal lovers out there that you're going to eventually find something that works well.
Exactly. Especially as our world gets smaller and smaller with social media, you're going to find it'll be easier and easier to find those people.
That is correct.
As you go city to city. So, Mr. Anderson, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate it. One more time, you want to give the Facebook group?
Yeah, the number 4 Legged Friends of Traveling RNs.
Awesome. So
I like it.
I love the page. I think it's fun.
I think it's fun just seeing the animals that are out there. I'm not a dog owner or cat owner myself, but I think it's, why not have that companionship when you're out there? So it makes sense.
Follow Cats of Atlas every Monday. Cats of Atlas comes out on our Facebook page and
I
Instagram.
try to share that on the 4 Legged Friends site every week too. So
Allison, one of our other recruiters here, has a cat page, and we need to look that up. I believe it's Feline Adventures. I think
Go look it up.
we'll have to find out. So I'll have Allison put it in the comments section here. So
excellent.
And next week, I am super excited about this. We next week on the podcast, we're talking to Jason from Wanderly. Some of you have heard about Wanderly. We've talked about Wanderly.
Yes, we have.
Jason, the guy who started Wanderly, is going to be on the show with us next week. So I'm super excited for that.
That's great. News to me. I'm happy.
Hey, I should have told you ahead of time.
I know. No, I'm excited. That's great.
So, all right.
We'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Have a good one.